When we started this 3 years ago with even with the idea, starting with the idea, then going through with finding a name, then going through with the photo shoot, then going through with finding somebody to design a logo for us, then going through with writing out the very first episode, shooting the very first episode, editing the very first episode.
Not to mention the intro song.
The intro song. We had to, yes. It was such a trial and trip. Like, we went through a lot to even find an intro song.
Man, what?
Looking through old tracks that you and I might have saved.
You remember the music too? We had to find the music that weren't copyrighted. We had to get people to make beats.
Yes.
Bro, we done so much. I'm telling you, you don't even think about it.
No, we don't think about it.
Wow.
And then even after finding the song, we used that initial song. It was just the instrumental. We used it 4 episodes. We used it for 4, maybe 5 episodes, I want to say. But either way, we used it for the first 4 or 5 episodes. And by the time the 5th or the 6th episode came, we made sure that we had lyrics to it. We had somebody rapping on the song, and that ended up being flawless.
Yeah, man. So, dude, this is a testament that you don't have to have everything set in stone with whatever you're doing. Just whatever you have in front of you, just start using it. And I guarantee you will build on. You will find ways of what works and what doesn't work, what look good, what don't look good. And you build on.
Impact. Impact. In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. My muscle tough as the hustle, the numbers is just that. And I'ma keep winning and sit back. I love the feeling of killing them with that. Attacking the process, tackling topics, master synopsis. This the residual impact, yeah.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your man, Brandon Gio.
And your man, JaMichael Moore.
And we are the Residual Impact Podcast. Here we inspire others to find the greatness within themselves.
And then apply to the community.
Let's grow.
I love it.
Back again for another one, my friend. We in the building.
Yes, sir.
Just like we never left. Even though this time around, it has been a while. Been a while. But we are here.
It has. I'm gonna throw out a little disclaimer. I went to brunch before I came here. I did have a mimosa, so I just want to let y'all know that I may or may not be feeling that mimosa, but I'm still good though. Don't even worry about it. We still gonna rock it, and I'm clutch. All right, so I always show up. Let's go. Hey, mama.
It's an evil world we live in.
Hey, I guess he gonna keep living. Whatever. But like we said, it has been a little while. So thank each and every single one of you guys for tapping in today. We could not have done this without you. We say that in every episode, and that's only because we really mean it. So thank you.
Thank you. For real.
Please make sure if you guys are watching us, you make sure you subscribe to the campaign. And of course, those of y'all who are listening, subscribe to the campaign. Make sure you follow us on every single platform. Make sure you give us a like, drop a comment down below if you're watching us. And don't forget to leave a rating if you're listening to us on any of the respective podcast platforms, 5-star and above. We greatly appreciate that. Anything you want to say to the people, Mike?
Oh, I was just letting them know they could do 1 star. You already know how it goes, but it's how it goes.
Am I going to have to cut your mic off?
Just saying, keep it real. Hey, we want him to keep it real, right?
All right. Yeah, the mic's cut off. So, he can't really speak. You can't really hear him right now. I mean, he can speak, but you can't really hear him. So 5 stars only. Please, no 1 stars. And if you guys are watching us on YouTube, you see everything he's doing. The mimosas are really kicking in. So, goodness. The mimosas have kicked in.
Strawberry flavor, it was mango, and I want to say it was original. Yeah.
This guy. Ooh, man. Yeah. Please, no more alcohol for you, my friend.
Man. Hey, you remember? I know this is so random. You remember?
Yes. You don't even have to say it. We already know how you get around liquor.
Yo.
Okay? Don't do it to yourself.
Yeah, it was an episode me and B recorded. That was the last one we ever did.
Don't do it to yourself.
It's not meant for us to be drinking on the job, okay?
Well, hey, I had no drinks today. So.
Well, no. Well, you're right. I'm just saying, like, during an episode, I won't ever do it. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Before it happened, I can't control what happens before. But I'm just saying, during the episode, yeah. That was a little tough. I guess.
All right, well, as you guys know, it's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without a new episode for you to step to. You feel me?
You stupid.
Step two.
Bruh. I might as well have gone out drinking with y'all. I'm not tipsy, by the way. I had no liquor today, but I'm just in a good mood. So kudos to good moods. You know, I'm happy for that. Let's clap it up for that.
For real.
So, man, y'all already know, hey, listen, it's been a while, but we want to get right into the show. So we're going to start off with our very first segment, which is the brief week. So, Mike, how was your week, man?
Man, my week has actually been really good, bro. I don't remember if I said it in the last episode or not, but, you know, I've been blessed enough to get a new job, and I've actually landed at a place where I feel valued. I think that's for me. That's been one of the toughest things when it comes to jobs, and you know, one of the reasons why I started off creating my own and wanting to do this and creating like products and stuff like that is because I've never felt valued at my place of work and felt overworked. So to be at this place, I mean, of course it's work, but it's actually I feel valued for my time there, and it's basically I can make as much as hard as I want to work. So my cap is it's not there. It's all what I put on myself. So I can honestly say, man, I'm in a really good space right now. I'm really, really grateful. Still got a long ways to go. But now I think I'm able to pour more into this. I'm able to live and not worry about, you know, bills and stuff like that, man. Cause dude, when you don't got it and you know, man, it can really cause like depression and it could just be hard, man. You know, for people that are struggling financially, bro, I understand what that feels like. So, to be at this place, I'm really grateful, man. I'm a lot better. So thank you, brother.
So yeah, man, that's definitely hand clap worthy. So yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man.
First and foremost, because I know what a struggle it has been for us.
Yeah.
Especially since you and I have not really been able to pour into the podcast financially like we were able to do not last year, but the year before last.
Was the year before last?
I want to say it was 2022.
Yeah.
Because that was around the time, I think, when we got the mixer. And
oh yeah,
you know what? See, hold on. First and foremost, let me just say this. That's how your mind works when you've been working on a show for 3 years. That's how your mind works when you've been working on a show for 3 years. It is not the anniversary of our very first episode. It's not the 3-year anniversary for that. However, this podcast is officially 3 years old.
Damn,
so shout out to us. Residual Impact Podcast is 3 years old, and we had so much change over the last few weeks in preparation for this 3-year anniversary of ours.
Wow, that's amazing, bro. 3 years.
3 years. So before I get into my week, because I know you're about to ask, what have we done recently? Well, we started our LLC. We are official. Official. There's another hand clap.
Man.
I remember when we first started, we were talking about whether or not we wanted to start the LLC and make ourselves officially recognized by the state. And we didn't even know if we would get this far, to be honest.
Nah, bro.
So we decided not to do it because we didn't know what our growth would look like, you know, what the podcast would look like in a few weeks or a few months from whenever it is that we first started.
Man.
So we decided not to get the LLC until recently.
Yep.
So, that's what happened. Another thing, we bought some new equipment.
God is good. God is good.
Fortunately, we were able to buy some new equipment because of certain things that we have on the horizon. We're not ready to share with you guys yet, but we are working on stuff.
Oh, ain't even considering everything goes a plan how it should. There's some really major news that can really put us in the. It just put us in a really space of a huge audience. Just say that too. He ain't talked about that yet because that one's really.
Is that what you told me about, or is that something new?
No. That's what I told you about this one.
Oh,
but we went too in depth with it because we needed the LLC first.
Yeah.
But now that we got that, it's like now I'm telling you, doors is about to open, bro.
And if it's what you told me about, the same person, I want to say I saw that person this weekend.
You saw somebody else that was connected to it, yes.
Connected to yeah. Because he had mentioned it.
Yep.
And I didn't know if that was the same guy or not, so I didn't want to say nothing.
He's definitely connected to it. The thing about it is they want to start with us, believe it or not. They want to start with us. So we definitely have an opportunity right now, man, to show people all the work that we've done thus far. So it's not even something new that they're wanting. They're actually wanting everything that we've done to just take that, and then we just continue to build on it. So it's just, man, to be 80 plus episodes in, bro, I'm telling you, man.
Hey, yo, let's go, because
I got something special.
Let's go, because when y'all hear what's going on.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. That's what this episode is all about, man. Like, this podcasting space is amazing. I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful that we stumbled upon it. Not even just stumbled upon it. I'm so grateful that you had the courage to ask me, have I ever thought about starting a podcast?
I'm grateful that you was already working. You was already in the YouTube space. So I was like, I had something to look forward to.
Hey, there you go.
You know what I mean?
So that's why we are partners. And it works. It just works, man.
God, that's good, bro.
All the time. So yeah, man.
What about you, man? I mean, I'm sorry. You know, we got into it, but you know,
I know.
How has the week been for you, brother?
Well, the week has been full of work, which I cannot complain. Okay. I could, but I won't. Yeah. Work is good. I got paid a few days ago.
Okay.
And with that, I was able to invest in some brand new equipment.
I appreciate you for that, brother.
No problem, because like I showed you, somebody else has kind of got to jump on that idea that I told you about a few months back. Yeah. And they can't do it like us. No. They're not going to do it like how we were planning to do it, but they essentially did the same thing, and they got a head start on it. Yeah. So, we just got to make sure that we capitalize on it. Mm-hmm. So I just was like, you know what? I got the funds. I have to go get the equipment. And we just going to make it work, because I think that's something that's going to bring not even just a major audience shift, but it's going to bring more to the channel. Or it's going to bring more awareness to us. Yeah. It's going to bring more awareness to what it is that we do. Yeah. And it's going to be a larger impact for the plan that we have in mind, as far as, I don't even want to reveal too much, but you know where I'm going with this.
I think it's going to show the versatility that we have too. I think that, in all honesty, bro, I don't even think that we've found our niche. I really don't.
And it's funny that you mentioned that, because everything that we're going to talk about later on in the show, after what I just been through the last 2 days as of this recording, I'm going to get into that. Yeah. Maybe not quite, while we're recording. Definitely, I want to talk to you about that, because we still have to figure a lot of things out as far as where we are headed. But I really don't think we found our niche either. But I kind of feel like I found it, but I just haven't shared it with you just yet.
What you think it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's discuss it off camera. And I know, guys, y'all are listening and watching, and it's kind of vague, but we've talked about certain things that we want to accomplish in the future, and I think that with what I have gone through in the past couple of days, which we will get into later on in the episode, I think that the way that this podcast is going, is definitely going to take us there. This is a vehicle that's definitely going to take us in the direction that we want to go. Just put it that way. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm going to say on that. But as far as the rest of the week, man, when work wasn't involved, it was July 4th this past week, and let's just say I don't celebrate that holiday. I don't really celebrate holidays, to be honest. Only holiday I acknowledge is Juneteenth.
This guy.
You feel me?
Shout out to Juneteenth.
Only holiday I acknowledge is Juneteenth. But other than that, it was the 2024 podcast summit that I just attended, hosted by David Shands and friends. So that event was massive. It was a massive 2-day event in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I enjoyed every moment of it, man. The people that I met, the people that I networked with, just, it was crazy. The people that I got to listen to, hear speak on stage, and it's like, one of these days, we're going to be on that stage, man.
Talk that talk.
We are going to be on that stage because we have a lot to give. We have a lot to offer. Right. And I know that what it is that we have, what it is that we literally bring to the table, is going to take us places. And once it takes us places and enough eyes are on us to the point to where they know what we bring to the table, they're gonna want us to speak.
Of course. Bro,
and David knows us.
We're lit. Bro, I was just about to say we're one person away from. I'm telling you, being there.
Remember a few episodes ago where Sauce Brady talked about the 6 degrees of separation?
Yeah, man.
It's like you just never know, man. Look, life is not always about what you know, but it's sometimes about who you know.
Yeah, man.
And the only reason why I had access to this podcast summit is because of David.
Big shout out to David, man. He's been a big inspiration for me a long time. So I'm already knowing what the gems he's giving. Bro, I'm telling you, we're gonna have a sit down. I wrote in my notes a long time ago that I'm gonna have a sit down with him. Him and Steve Harvey. Don't ask me why it was those two, but I said I'm gonna have an interview with him. I said that a long time ago. It's gonna happen, bro. We're literally close to them already. I don't know about Steve Harvey yet, but you know.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming.
I'm telling you, bro. We just got to, bro. Who was that I saw the other day, man? I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody that just a normal person on Instagram, and they were with a celebrity. I cannot remember. It's evading me right now, but it's just like their videos are so just normal videos that they were just putting out there, and just for them putting those videos out there, eventually they met somebody because they saw their videos. Oh, you know who it was? It was a guy. I don't know if you're familiar with him. It's a guy who basically he cooks on his grill outside. He's like a Louisiana guy, but he was with Bun B. Like Bun B came outside with him cooking on his grill just because he makes videos like that. He was like, yo, I watch the show all the time. And it's just like, you never know who's watching you. And that's just how I feel, bro. I think it's the same thing, bro.
You know what? You're right. You never know who's watching.
I'm telling you, bro. There's somebody watching us right now, or that will watch this episode that we're going to post, that they have influence. They be like, yo, those guys right there, I want to bring them on, or I want to be on their show, or I want to give them some tips or something. I give them some equipment, give them some money. Just throw that last part out there, maybe.
Hey, yo, you know what? I wouldn't mind that, to be honest. I want to slide some bread this way. Feel free to do so.
Put that cash out right here. Like, he put it in the video. Go put it right there.
Hey, Cash App is definitely in the link below, whether you're watching this or you're listening to the audio platform. So definitely got the Cash App link below. Check us out.
If you're listening, it's going to be the $ Residual Impact Cash App. Thank you. But if you want to Zelle me too, you can Zelle me too. I mean, that's just me personally.
Let's just stick with the podcast.
You know, I mean, just me personally. I mean,
no,
throw me some extra money.
Anywho, other than the podcast summit, man, you know, it was a great week. Yeah. You know, I met so many great people who I've seen online. First of all, I gotta shout these people out.
Who that?
First and foremost, I want to give, and this was very unexpected, I want to give a huge shout out to Miss Nicole Glass. Shout out to you, Nicole, because I don't know if you're watching this, I don't know if you're listening to this, but running into you recently was very unexpected. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the young lady who runs the Affirmations for Black Men page on Instagram. And her affirmations just always, you know, change how I feel whenever I come across her videos.
Wait, is this the girl that be like, black men? She be starting off like that?
Black men, black men, black men, black men, black men, black men.
Is it her?
Yes.
Oh, shoot, I know her. I don't know her, but I've seen her videos.
I can say I do.
That's dope. Actually,
yes,
I've literally seen her videos.
Yes. Nicole, it was very pleasant running into you. You are such a dope person, not even just online, but in person. Like that was... Wow.
Did she encourage you to give some affirmations?
Not in person, but you know, I felt it while I was there. Like she didn't have to just give me affirmations on the spot.
That's what's up though, cause she do. Yeah. Big shout out to her, man.
Shout out to you, Nicole. Like that. Yeah, that was life changing. It's so much so, like somebody that I know DM'd me and was like,
"Hey, yo,"
he was like, "Yo, how was the summit?" I said, how'd you even know I went? He was like, I follow Nicole and her pretty self on Instagram, and I saw you in one of her videos. So I just, you know, I had to ask, how was she in person? He was asking me so many questions, and I'm like,
this guy.
He wants to shoot his shot, and I was there to be able to shoot my shot if I wanted to. But of course, y'all know I don't. I'm taking.
Yes.
You know, I'm just saying, he wished that he was in my position at that time.
Oh, for sure.
Just putting it that way.
She's a very beautiful young lady. So
yes,
like,
she is.
I can see why.
So yeah, shout out to you, Nicole, man. That was amazing. Secondly, I want to say shout out to Everybody else that I met, man. Shout out to JR Wisdom. You know, pretty big YouTuber, man. I met him the first day of the summit, yo. Like, just after I checked in for the day, you know, I just saw him sitting down, and I walked up to him, you know, said his name, and just started to chop it up with him. I don't know if you know his channel, but he does create a lot of content for men, kind of similar to what we do, but just on a different level. Last I checked, the man has like at least 241,000 subs on YouTube. So, you know, he's definitely making moves in the YouTube space. So shout out to you, JR, man. You know, it's pretty dope meeting you in person after, you know, I've watched your videos for a while. So that was pretty cool, man. Who else do I want to say? Shout out to Ed, man. Ed was there, you know, promoting Fruit Juice to Go. So shout out to that man, Ed. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, make sure you go back and check out episode 29 of the Residual Impact Podcast. What's going on, brother? How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm amazing. Thank you.
Good to have you, brother. Good to have you, man.
Nice to be had.
Hey, it's always nice to be had, I guess.
Yeah, you should want to be had. It's like a validate. It's like needed a little bit.
There you go. I like that.
It's nice to be wanted around.
Most definitely.
Man, how was your week? This is what we do here. So we typically ask how each other's week are, but you know what I'm saying, we're gonna start with you, man. How was your week?
It was good. Started a new job this week.
Hey, congratulations.
You know, thank you. Work from home. Never did that before, so it's interesting. Life's going really well. So I think just learning how to navigate that. Learning how to navigate things going as good as you thought they were. Because it's like, there's also like pitfalls in that, you know.
That is true.
So that's kind of what I've been learning this week. I've gotten like a good amount of answered prayers, but like also understanding that it's the beginning of the stewardship. Mm-hmm. So the week's been good.
He was in that episode, so make sure you guys tune into that. You can see a little bit more about who Ed is, what he's about, what he's been through. And of course, so much has changed since episode 29, so we definitely got to have him back. Yeah. But shout out to Ed, man.
Yeah, it's dope, man. I was grateful because even though I wasn't in the building, I was somehow being represented in two ways because of it, you know, because
that's crazy.
You know what I mean? That was kind of dope, man. Residual Impact and Fruit Juice to Go, man. So I was really grateful that y'all was even in the building, bro.
Wow. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, bro.
You were not there physically, but you were technically there.
I was there. I had my hand somewhere in something a part of there.
See, now you know, like, that's something that a lot of people should aspire to have. To have some sort of a presence or have some sort of a connection to whoever it is that you need to have a connection with so that you can be somewhere without being there.
I'm telling you, bro.
Now, if you weren't working, bro, we could have like FaceTimed you or something like that into the room. You know what I'm saying? Like you would have had some sort of conference. Like we could have conferenced you in with whoever was there that we were meeting with.
I'm saying, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how bosses do it. Not saying he's my boss.
Nah. We bosses. No, you're right. That's right.
We are bosses. I'm just saying. Not saying he's my boss, but you know he is a boss. Hey, you feel me?
Talk that talk,
so
man.
that's how bosses do it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can get a Zoom call while you just at home chilling in your PJs, but you doing business because you're not even in that room, but you got other people in the room who are doing business on your behalf.
And all it is, I'm gonna tell you why. It's just because it was a risk that I took. This was a risk. Fruit Juice to Go was a risk that I took. And I just took it when nobody else was looking at it like, oh, man, I don't even know if you should do that. But I was just like, you know what? Let's go for it. That's why we're here. Or that's why Fruit Juice to Go is here. It's because it's like, you know what? I'm going to put some money into this. I don't even know if it's going to be successful. Look where we are today. So it's just a risk, bro. Take a risk on your life because you never know what can come about it.
That's a fact, man. And anytime I hear people talking about take a risk, it always reminds me of a line said by the great Fabulous, where he said, take a risk, you gotta shoot to miss. Time is golden like that rolling on your wrist. All right? That's self-explanatory. If you didn't get it, listen to it again. The song is called All Good on his 2014 album, The Young OG Project.
Oh, that was a great album.
It was a great album.
That was a great album.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fabulous.
Shout out to Fabulous.
Been doing it for a long time.
But you have to be willing to take risks in life.
Have to.
Like that's just point blank. I mean, you can't be scared. Because what's the saying? Scared money.
It don't make money.
There you go.
I'm telling you, bro. And some of y'all are just literally you're so close to what you want to do. It's just a matter of just doing one thing out of your normal routine day to day.
Out of your comfort zone.
That's it, bro. Like like how sometimes you'll be getting off of work and you won't go to sleep. You'll just keep working. It's just taking that extra time sometimes and just putting that in. That's going to add on. And if you do that over time consistently, bro, you'll be surprised at where you are. I mean, you said 3 years, bro. It really does not feel like we've been doing this for 3 years. It doesn't.
You're right about that. That's freaking crazy.
It's 3 years, bro.
3 years. And when we started this 3 years ago with even with the idea, starting with the idea, then going through with finding a name, then going through with the photo shoot, then going through with finding somebody to design a logo for us, then going through with writing out the very first episode, shooting the very first episode, editing the very first episode.
Not to mention the intro song. The
intro song. We had to, yes. It was such a trial and trip. Like, we went through a lot to even find an intro song.
Man, what?
Looking through old tracks that you and I might have saved.
You remember the music too? We had to find the music that weren't copyrighted. We had to get people to make beats.
Yes.
Bro, we done so much. I'm telling you, you don't even think about it.
No, we don't think about it.
Wow.
And then even after finding the song, we used that initial song. It was just the instrumental. We used it 4 episodes. We used it for maybe 5 episodes, I want to say. But either way, we used it for the first 4 or 5 episodes. And by the time the 5th or the 6th episode came, we made sure that we had lyrics to it. We had somebody rapping on the song, and that ended up being flawless.
Yeah, man. So, dude, this is a testament that you don't have to have everything set in stone with whatever you're doing. Just whatever you have in front of you, just start using it. And I guarantee you will build on. You will find ways of what works and what doesn't work, what look good, what don't look good. And you build on.
And that's something that I was telling certain people these last 2 days at the podcast summit. Mm-hmm. Those of you who might be watching me right now or listening to me right now, if y'all follow the podcast on Instagram, y'all subscribe to us on YouTube, first of all, thank you. Second of all, if you were thinking about starting your podcast, but you said you wanted to wait on a few things, what did I say? I made sure to tell you guys that you should not wait till you have everything to get started because you're waiting on perfection.
What you waiting on?
You're waiting on perfection. Nobody's perfect. Nothing's perfect. Perfection is not going to come. No. All right. And I literally told people, when you and I started out, we had 2 Amazon mics. They were like $20 to $30 Amazon mics.
Cheap. We
had my laptop.
Mm-hmm. My old dinosaur laptop that didn't even work for real.
Just so you can hold up the mic.
That's
right. We used our iPhones to record, which we still do use the iPhones. You guys are watching us right now. We're recording using 3 different iPhones to capture each camera angle.
Not even the latest ones. Let's be real.
Not even the latest one. So we're using 3 iPhones. 3 years later, we're using iPhones to capture the footage.
Yep.
Okay. Let me just say cell phones, all right? I already said the word multiple times because Apple's not cutting us the check.
You're right.
So we use 3
Good catch.
3 cell phones to capture our angles, okay? Don't wait for perfection. Mm-mm. Literally, in one of the workshops that we went to this podcast summit, somebody, I don't remember who exactly said it, but they were talking about our podcast setup, and they mentioned having a mixer. Like, the Rodecaster Pro. They recommended the Rodecaster Pro, which is what we use. But I told people who brought that back up to me, like, oh, I got to go to the store. I got to get a mixer. I got to wait till I get paid. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You don't need that. If you have a laptop, if you have a microphone, use whatever audio software that you can find.
What was that we was using first?
We were using GarageBand on my MacBook.
Oh man, that was some.
Now, if you don't, and whenever GarageBand wouldn't work, we used Logic.
That's right.
Logic Pro.
Tough memories, though.
It wouldn't always work for us.
Yes, but that didn't stop us, though.
It did not stop us. We kept going.
Yep.
We could have quit.
Yeah,
and that's crazy that you mentioned that. All the times it did not work for us.
Oh my God.
We had to keep switching back from GarageBand to Logic. Sometimes GarageBand would stop in the middle of recording.
Sitting there waiting hours, bro.
Oh my goodness. that didn't stop us. We kept going. Here we are, 80 plus episodes in. We're still going.
Yeah.
You know, you can't give up.
Yeah.
You can't wait for perfection, first and foremost. And then secondly, you cannot give up.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that you keep going. Even if you don't have a laptop with audio recording software, I told this one young woman, I don't think she had a laptop to record with. I said, look, if you really want to get started as soon as possible, use your phone, use a pair of headphones with a mic on it, and then use another camera. Like if you have a camera or another cell phone, she was like, yeah, I got an extra cell phone. That's all you need.
Because low key, the editing software that we use, we can put it on. You can use it on the phone too.
I do use it on the phone. Sometimes when I'm just on the go, I use it I use my cell phone to edit videos.
That's crazy, bro.
When I edit my reels and I'm on the go, like I use my phone to edit.
Bro, like I just learned that. I'm like, what the heck? Like, and that was like a one-time payment, I think that we.
One-time payment. I could use it on all my devices.
Bro, look at that. So yeah, like he said, man, it's nothing literally that you cannot use to just start and just go, man. Because there are going to be plenty of reasons as to why you can't, or you feel like, oh, I can't do this. Don't listen to that. You could do it.
You're right, man.
Tell him.
But I know that was a long way to talk about my week. And, I never really closed out the Brief Week segment. But we appreciate you guys for taking the time to listen to us talk about that. We still have more to talk about with this podcast summit because this was such an amazing event. I have way more to talk about. But that was my week, and man,
shout out to you, brother.
Glad we could talk about it.
I'm glad that you was able to make it to the event, which we're gonna talk a little bit more about later. For sure.
Let me just say this.
What's up?
At first, I was not going to make it to the event. I didn't even. I mean, I knew about it, but I didn't know I was going to be there because July 4th I had off, but it was a 2-day event, so it was July 4th and July 5th, and I'm like, okay, I have off on the 4th, but I don't have off on the 5th. How am I going to make this work? Not only that, the cost of the ticket, which I'm not, disclosing. It was affordable, but the cost of the ticket at the time, me personally, I didn't know how I was going to make the funds work. Just long story short, again, like I said, it's not always what you know. Sometimes it's who you know. I was able to get in, no problem. When I told that story, of course, I told it in more detail to people in person, but because we're on record, I'm going to keep it at that. I told that story to a few people that I met over the last couple of days, and they were like, yo, that just means that you're meant to be here. You're supposed to be here.
Yes, sir.
So I took that as, I'm supposed to be here, maybe to get knowledge or information for us. But at the same time, I was there to serve, yo. I was there to talk to new people who I had never met before a day in my life. New people who were interested in starting a podcast, who did not know where to start, who probably went to the event to figure out or to learn where to start or how to start, or maybe, where they can get guests for their show from. And when I tell you that there were some people there who literally looked to me and asked me for advice when I told them that I've had my show for 3 years. Like they looked at me as if I was pretty much on David's level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you.
So that was great. And the fact that I was able to help serve others in that particular space, like, yo, here's what you need to do. Like I said before, I met a young woman who I told you don't need a mixer right away. You don't need that right now if you don't have one. Yeah. Or if you don't have the funds for it. You don't need a expensive HD camera if you don't have one. You don't have to shoot in 4K. You don't have to shoot in 8K. We shoot in 1080p.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Like we could shoot in 4K.
We could, but that's a huge file. Yeah, we tried that before when we first started, and the files are just massive.
Lord have mercy. You'll be sitting here all day.
But we shoot in 1080p, and it just works. Yeah, it works for the video footage that we upload to the internet. It works for the reels. It works for the TikToks. It works for all of that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, and
it got it, believe it or not, too. I can't say it all, but it put certain eyes on us that people have seen what we did, and they even say, "Hey, I can take this content, I can do something else with it." I won't say what else they saying they can do with it yet, but just want y'all to understand these phones are more powerful than what you think. There's more to it than just scrolling on Instagram and social media all day. So
and texting all day.
Yes, Lord.
Making calls. which of course the phones were designed to make calls. That's what they were made for. But
Yeah.
and we got to take advantage of these computers that we be walking around with in our pockets or our purses and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure we take advantage of that.
For sure. I mean, if not, then you just gonna be working every day. I mean,
Bro, they cost like at least $1,000. Some of the phones. Well, if you look at like the budget phones, they don't cost that much, and they still work wonders. If you look at mid-range phones, they probably cost anywhere between $300 and maybe $700. And of course, the higher end phones, maybe $700 all the way upwards towards maybe even $1,500-$1,600.
I don't think I've paid less than in the last at least in the last 4 or 5 years, less than maybe $1,100 for a phone.
Sheesh.
Like, all my phones have been $1,100 and up. Yeah. It's memory at this point.
That too, storage space, man.
Memory.
We getting up to 1 terabyte on cell phones.
Bro.
I remember my first iPhone, bro, 32 gigabytes.
You was swimming in 32 gigabytes for days, son. Now you upload one video, that joint 32.
Sheesh.
Dang. That way you wouldn't be able to do nothing with that phone.
32 gigabytes was my first iPhone back in 2011. But of course, back then I wasn't recording videos with it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't doing none of that stuff.
Yeah.
It was just to call, text, and be on Instagram.
That's it. That ain't take up a lot of memory then.
No.
Nowadays, bro.
Now you and I you already have a terabyte phone. I'm looking into getting a terabyte phone.
I mean, but I ain't got access to it right now. So, but
yeah, I know.
Who actually, believe it or not, though, who's actually using it? They've been putting videos on it, and it's almost up now. They're like 700-800 gigs on it. Yeah.
Wow.
So, believe it or not, you can actually, with that more space, you can use it. But it's from videos and stuff. So yeah,
I believe that, man. So anyway, I know we talked a lot, but hopefully those of y'all who are listening so far, please take heed to everything that we've said, because it can really come in handy, and I'm sure it will come in handy for you.
It will.
You don't have to have everything. What did we used to say that we haven't said in a long time?
you ain't got to be great to start.
But you got to start to be great.
That's a fact. We're living witnesses of it right now.
Yes, sir. So, Mike, man, what we got next up, brother?
Shoot. It's that time, y'all. Y'all already know I'm a huge sports fan, so it's time for that 3-point play. JaMichael's world over here. Yeet.
So what 3 points are we talking about today, brother?
All right, man. So for the first point play, man, you already know we got to give a big shout out to the sorry Boston Celtics. I'm just kidding. They're not sorry. Big shout out to the Boston Celtics, who have won the NBA Finals, man. They're champions. They deserve it.
And that's all they get, because I don't like Boston. I can't stand any Boston teams. And any New Yorker out there who understands,
That's crazy.
we don't F with Boston.
That's crazy.
I just wanted Boston to win because I can't stand the Pacers. But if there's another team that I can't stand after the Pacers, it's Boston. Any Boston. Red Sox, Bruins,
This guy.
Celtics, any Boston team. Get out of here.
Man.
Yeah, so
Man,
shout out to those guys.
You know what I mean? I'm really proud of him, man.
That makes one of us.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta say I was more proud once I seen some of these contract extensions. So I was just going through the numbers. I just want to know these brothers getting paid. So I just want a couple dollars if y'all got a couple dollars.
I'm sure they got more than a couple dollars, but
man,
I don't think they're gonna donate it.
a lot of players got huge extensions, bro. Like pretty much, Jason Tatum was one of the most noteworthy. He pretty much got a $20 million increase from whatever he was making last year to next year. So he was making $34 million alone last year. Next year he'll be making $54 million. I just want to throw that out there. Okay. That's in one season, y'all. But I mean, those guys really earned it. They deserved it, man. They worked hard. They've been close for the past 3 years, so it was their time.
Wow.
It doesn't mean we about to win a championship next year, since we've been doing this for 3 years. It's our time, right? It's our time to win a chip.
Hey, we already there, man.
We already did?
I said we already there. Like it's right there. We're on the cusp.
We on the cusp? Okay.
We're on the cusp.
Okay, say less, because we ain't gonna give up. You know what I'm saying? We want that
Not at all.
contract extension too.
Never. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we definitely gonna get that contract extension.
We're gonna be signing some contracts.
Yeah.
For sure.
I already know.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, big shout out to Boston. Shouts out to those guys. My team will be there next year. Sorry.
A couple episodes ago, we established that you didn't have a team.
Well, I mean, that's because I can choose. I'm a free agent right now with teams, so I can choose to get on a team when I'm ready. You know what I mean? So we ain't gotta go about that.
Stop the cap.
You know what I'm saying? But anyways, on to the 2-point play. Big shout out to my boy Bronny James, man. He is in the league, bro. He made it. And people hate it. Now, B, I'm gonna ask you this. I don't know. This could be true. It could not be true. But considering who his father is, I won't name his name. Do you think that it was a little bit nepotism?
You don't even gotta name his name.
I don't.
His name is literally his father's name.
I'm not gonna name his name. Do you think it was some nepotism to get the boy in the league?
I think nepotism did play a part in it.
Why so?
I think, look at the team he's playing for.
Well, I mean, hey, no, that's true. That is.
Come on now, the same league as his father, same team as his father.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
What are the odds?
I heard. I don't know how true it is. I heard a rumor. They said Rich Paul, which is, for those of y'all who don't know, he's the agent of LeBron James. He was telling teams, don't draft Bronny or he's gonna go to Australia. I don't know how true that is.
Wow.
But apparently he was calling around saying don't draft this guy. But I mean, it definitely looks like it. But at the same time too, the NBA is the NBA, bro. You gotta be good. You can't just be not good. So,
and I'm not saying that he's a horrible player, because he's not. My point in saying all of that is just to say that nepotism was definitely involved. Number one. And then two, you see what number he was when he was drafted? Like what?
Oh yeah, he was 55. He was
so it's not like,
yeah.
I mean, he's good, but the boy ain't like that good.
Nah. He's
better than I was when he was his age. Granted, yeah. And I'm not taking that away from him, and I'm not talking trash. I'm just saying, for a fact, nepotism played a part in him getting drafted.
The thing that got me was that it was another guy who was on his team, and they were showing their stats compared. You know, Bronny was averaging like maybe 4.8 points, and this other guy was averaging like 16.7 points, and you know the other guy didn't even get drafted. So that was the part that was just like, oh, it ain't about what you know, it's about who you know, I guess.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Who you're related to.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, that's pretty much it. Anywho, what's the third point?
Big shouts out to Sha'Carri Richardson. She did it. It was a long time coming. Y'all already know she had some struggles getting to where she was at. She was supposed to be in the Olympics a long time ago. But, you know.
And it's crazy because, dog, we know what happened in 2020, which was, of course, 4 years ago. And for those of y'all who don't know, the Olympics is every 4 years, right? So it's like we just had an Olympic Games.
It really do feel like we just had one.
Because we had it 3 years ago, since 2020 was pandemic year. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Everybody was inside. So they moved the 2020 Olympics. I want to say it was in Tokyo, right?
It was around, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they moved the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo over to 2021.
Oh, that's why I feel short. Okay.
Yeah.
I did think it was a little short. But yeah, man, shouts out to Sha'Carri Richardson, all the NBA players going back to the Olympics, the whole Team USA, everybody that made it. I know that's not an easy thing to do. I know that people work. They actually literally have probably been working for those whole 3 years just to make it for this point. So I definitely want to give my hats off to all those people that are in it. Big shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson again. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, that's about it.
That's it for the 3 points.
Yeah,
we got something else?
I appreciate that. Nah, that was
okay. I just wanted to make sure that's 3 points.
Nah, matter of fact, I got 4 points.
No, you don't. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's it for J-Mike's 3-point play.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you for tapping in for that.
Yes, sir.
So, the next thing I wanted to talk about, of course, is something that I already touched on briefly. It's something that, I was at, and Mike just happened to kind of be at in spirit, which, by the way, people asked about you.
That's about me.
New people that I met, they knew I had a co-host, especially because I had some of them leftover flyers from the podcast festival we went to a couple months ago.
Okay.
So I had some flyers left over, and I handed a bunch of them out so people could see that there were 2 people that, that represented Residual Impact, but I was the only one there. I was like, oh, you got a co-host. Oh, okay, dope. Brought up a conversation.
Huh?
Yes.
Just wondering. I was just wondering. You know, I'm not. You know, I'm just asking. Nothing in specific. You got any names?
No.
Unfortunate. Sorry.
Anywho,
Instagram. No, just,
I got a few Instagrams.
okay, we'll talk about that.
But
We'll talk about that later.
anyway, yeah, man, a few people asked about you. First and foremost, I met, or not really met. I mean, we'd met before, but I saw Nigel from Unspoken Atlanta there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was there, and he asked about you again.
Shout out Nitro. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
man. So I mean, you gotta show up.
I gotta
next
show
time.
up. I
You gotta show up.
That one was last minute though. I didn't know. I didn't know about that one.
See, it was the same for me. I didn't know about it till last minute. I literally ran into David at my job a couple weeks before. That's the only reason why I went, because I ran into him. We had a conversation about it.
That's wild.
Otherwise, I most likely would not have pulled up.
You were supposed to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, I ran into him at my job, and then we talked about it. I was like, yo, you know, my podcast is going on 3 years, blah, 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 blah. And long story short, I was in the building.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Wow. Now that's amazing. I ain't gonna lie, that's amazing. Okay,
So,
continue. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all good. Nigel asked about you. Who else? I know there were times where I was with Ed and people were trying fruit juice to go. And then, you know, just Ed and I were standing there, and Ed would always bring up the fact that my business partner for the podcast was his business partner for fruit juice to go.
In the building, not even being in the building. Let's go.
So, yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yep. And then when some people followed us on Instagram, they were able to see, of course, when I ran out of flyers, they were able to see that it was two of us. So
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, man, big shouts out, man. I appreciate you representing us, bro. For real.
I had to, man. Listen, it's one of the only ways we're going to grow. And my goal, in all honesty, even though followers do not necessarily matter for Instagram, my goal was to get us to 700 followers on the gram, because we had been stuck at like 6 something for months, maybe even like a year.
It was like 630, 640.
When I went to this event, I want to say that we were around 670.
Oh, okay, it's more than that. Last time I looked, it was like 640.
Now, last time I checked, we were at 695.
Oh, so we right there.
So I almost made the goal of getting us to 700. I was just 5 people short.
We got a giveaway going on, ladies and gentlemen, right now for the next 5 potential followers, okay? If you are that 700 follower, we got something special for you. We ain't gonna tell you what it is. We just got something special for you.
And you can't follow the unfollow.
And you can't, nope.
Don't do that.
You gotta be following for at least 90 days.
Bruh. Oh, man, that's crazy. But hey, you know what? I just thought that was so interesting. It was like, yo, I had this goal of hitting 700 and we made it to like 695. But it's all good, because at the end of the day, it's not about the follower count. It's about the impact that we're able to provide to others who actually tap into the content. Yeah. And not even just those people, but the people that are connected to those people who still get some of the residual impact from our show. Right. So, yeah, man. I guess those are the people who kind of asked about you. So you were essentially needed in that situation, even though you didn't need to be there. You didn't have to be there. I mean,
yeah,
you were essentially requested in that situation.
I should have been there.
You should have, but hey, I mean, like you said, it was last minute for you. It was definitely last minute for me too. I was just able to make it though. That's
really dope though. Like that honestly it showed that you were supposed to be in that building. In all honesty, bro, for real. So I'm grateful. Like I said, when I saw, I was like, oh shoot, bro, you were there. It's like, let's go. I got hype. I was like, 'cause I already know what you're gonna do in the building. So I'm like, let's go. So I mean, I'm grateful, bro. Like anytime, bro, we can be in any type of building, especially a space like that. I know there's gonna be something to come from it and add on to us that we didn't have before.
Right. So with that, man, I want to say that the podcast summit was dope. I already talked a little bit about it, but it was just 2 days packed full of people who were dropping nothing but gems on gems regarding the podcasting space. How to get started with a podcast if you didn't know how. Podcast setup regarding equipment if you don't know what equipment that you need, how to monetize your podcast, how to gain more exposure for your podcast and grow, how to get brand deals, coming up with merchandise, and there were just so many different workshops at this event, so many different rooms that we could have walked in, and so many different people that we could have networked with. It was just unreal. It blew my mind. But at the same time, it was like, of course, I was grateful to be in the building. Definitely. I couldn't make every single workshop. And you know what? That was another reason why I kind of wish that you were there. And I'm not saying that like, oh, you know, you weren't there, you suck, blah, blah, blah. But that's definitely not what I'm saying. Like, but they were like at the very beginning, right, when David and Donnie introduced the podcast summit and they talked on stage, they spoke on stage first. Donnie was the first one to speak, and she said, before this event goes on any further, I want each and every single one of you to write down 3 to 5 things that you're looking to get from this summit. And then once you write that down, I want you to pick which rooms that you should go to, or which rooms you want to go to and hear whoever speak in those rooms speak. If that makes sense. I probably worded that completely wrong, but
I get what you're saying though.
Just write down 3 to 5 things and look at the schedule, because we all had access to the schedule for the event for the 2 days. Write down which rooms that you want to be in, or write down who you want to hear speak, and then you could just go in those rooms and get the knowledge that you needed to get. So I didn't need to hear anything about podcast setup. We've been doing this long enough to where we have an actual setup, right? I didn't need to be in that room. I needed to be, let's see, the rooms that I wanted to be in. Matter of fact, I wrote it down. Let me pick up what I wrote down. All right. And with the power of editing, we are back. You guys now see me with my book in my hand. So what did I write down? I wrote down that I wanted to learn more about content creation and Instagram mastery. I wrote down gaining exposure and developing/creating merch, because I definitely wanted to grow our online presence on Instagram. Because when I tell you, and again, I've said it before, it's not just about the follows. It's not about the follower count. What I was most concerned about in that moment was the fact that I put so much work into these reels. Y'all don't even know. I put a lot of work into editing these reels when it comes to our long form content, picking out the full episode that I edit. Then I have to chop up the episode into certain parts that I need to clip for a reel. Then after I do that, I got to export it, right? I got to cut it first of all, so that people can see the both of us vertically. And then I have to add captions to the screen. And then I gotta save that after I get everything figured out. And I gotta upload it. When I upload it, I gotta figure out a caption for it, maybe to put up there. Maybe I don't add a caption. But then, of course, we got to add hashtags. Hashtags help with the exposure. And I know a lot of people say hashtags don't really matter anymore. But in all honesty, that's how I find a lot of different podcasters on the internet. It's not just on the Explore page. It's through hashtags. Sometimes I'll actually click the hashtags, or our podcast page follows certain hashtags.
Yes.
And some of those content creators who use those exact hashtags will pop up on our feed. So yeah, I got to go through all of that. And if I'm doing all that work and all we get is like 5 likes, well, kudos to us. We got people who liked it, 5 different people who liked it. Or maybe we get 10 views, 20 views, 30 views, 100 views. Maybe we get 14.7 thousand views, which we have done before. But you just never know when a video is going to hit. Any content creator could tell you that. You just never know when a video is going to hit. My point is, I put a lot of work into that. So that's why I wanted to go through the whole Instagram mastery aspect of it. And needless to say, I did get a lot of the gems that I wanted to hear for each of the 3 that I wrote down. But at the same time, there were some rooms that I really wanted to be in. And I'm like, man, I can't be in 2 places at once. But if Mike was here, one of us could have been in one of those rooms, the other one could have been in the other room, and then we both could have came together and shared notes and compared notes and just be like, boom, you get this information, I get this information. Again, not blaming you, not saying that you suck for not being there.
It's all good.
But, you know what I'm saying?
I should have been there.
I understand you had stuff to do. I mean, you just got this new job, man. You started working, and if you found out about this last minute, just like I did. But I only knew about it again because David came to my job.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we close. We close. We close, y'all.
Yeah, man. So that was beautiful, and let's just say that I learned a lot regarding podcasting. Of course, we already know, you and I know at least, that podcasting is definitely bigger than what we all think it is, or bigger than a lot of other people looking from the outside in think it is. You know, you'll have some people online, especially people who look like us, who will say, "Oh, I wish Best Buy and Amazon would stop selling mics." And then, of course, you have people like this person who I'm about to show you guys a video of, which, by the way, I'm not attacking the person when I bring this up. I'm attacking what she said. I'm not even attacking. I'm commenting on what she said, you know? So check this out. This is by Jessie Woo. And again, this no shade to Jessie Woo, but I just wasn't feeling what she said in this video. Check this out.
I cannot wait for the day when microphones are extinct. I really cannot wait for the day when microphones are fucking extinct. Y'all, I'm telling you, microphones will be the death of the black community. I'm telling you, microphones are going to be the death of the black community. Like, I cannot wait. Like, we need to find a way to remove microphones from the black community. We really do. We really, like, this shit is killing. This shit is the biggest killer of the black community since crack cocaine, bitch. Microphones are the biggest killers of the black community since crack cocaine, bitch. Since the war on drugs. I'm trying to tell you niggas. Okay?
All right, and we're back. So,
I'm just, if we take away all the mics, then we mean we taking hers away too. That's all.
I think so, and that's exactly what I was thinking when I first saw this video.
I'm just trying to figure that part out. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know why she feels so adamant to just take away all, especially from us. That's what she really specified, us.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, I think it's good that we have a mic. Now, I think that everything that's said, it's just some stuff just needs to be kept in our heads or just as an opinion. But yeah, I agree.
And trust me, I get it to an extent that there are some people out there who I will say don't need a platform. Mm-hmm. There's some people out there who I will say don't need to have a mic. I mean, it is what it is. But to say that all microphones will be the death of the black community?
Come on. She said crack. She said more than
since the war on drugs.
Bro, come on, bro. What in the world? Are you kidding me?
Now,
let's be real now.
I'm sure she was just exaggerating. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt.
I would hope so.
But I just think that was a little extreme. And of course, she's not the only person who shares those type of sentiments. You have people all over the internet who will comment things on certain posts like, again, we talked about this before, but they'll say like, aren't we tired of talking about the same topics? Or, can we talk about something else? Or, what did you guys do today? How's everybody's day going? Like, you guys got to realize that y'all are feeding the algorithm. Y'all are telling the algorithm that you want to see more of this content by commenting on certain people's posts when they speak about certain dumb stuff.
Yeah.
You don't realize that. Like, you don't want to see the positive content enough to where you interact with it. Like, first of all, let's just start with Instagram. I'm not even going to go to TikTok because I don't even use TikTok that much. But with Instagram, you have likes, you have comments, you have shares, and you have saves. Some people, I see a lot of people under certain posts, they'll comment a bunch of stuff. Some people will comment twice. Some people will comment 3 times, the same person. Some people will have full-on discussions in the comment section under some post that they thought was negative. Like, somebody can just say, for example, a black man could come on the screen and he has a podcast, he has a mic, and just be like, I don't like black women. They're not my preference. I prefer white women. I prefer Spanish women. I prefer Latinas or Asians. I don't like black women. We've heard that before, right? But then no matter what, you'll still have people commenting on posts like that and they just go off in the comments.
Yeah.
They'll share that video so many times.
Yeah, not realizing that they just saying, hey, I want to see more of this.
Right.
You're right. You're right.
And then vice versa, when you have the women who are on the screen and just are like, men are trash. I hate men. I dislike men. What are men here for? Blah, blah, blah. So many people in the comments either hyping it up or disagreeing. But at the same time, you're feeding the algorithm. You're telling the algorithm that you want more.
Yeah.
If you're tired of these topics, if you want people, certain people, to no longer have microphones, stop supporting their content. They'll get the picture. They'll either change it up or they'll quit. But some of y'all don't even realize that you keep doing it. You keep giving them a reason to keep going.
I didn't think about that.
A lot of people don't think about it.
That's actually really true.
It's the same thing like somebody's trolling you. Like a troll is just that. They will troll you and they live for the reaction that they get out of you.
Oh, yeah, they can't wait.
If you keep giving them a reaction, they're going to keep trolling you.
Yeah.
If somebody trolls you, you don't give them a reaction.
They ain't got
You
nothing
think
to
they're
go
going
off.
to keep doing it?
No, they ain't got nothing to go off of.
Of course. They have nothing to go off of, so they're going to stop.
I can understand certain kind of maybe what she was saying, but in the sense of like, I think that's important that us as black people have a voice, is because for so long we haven't had it. You know what I mean? I think
That is
podcasting
true.
really opened up a door for a lot of people to have voices. Now everybody don't need to be vocalizing their opinions.
That is true too.
But I think that this is actually really good because this is actually putting people in front of the screens and just, I don't know, you're getting to really see different viewpoints about life that you might have not heard from somebody else. We just don't have to just focus on the dumb stuff. Like you get on Instagram, you see a bunch of fights and stuff. I'm gonna scroll past it. I don't want to see that.
Bro, like just think about it. When World Star first came out,
None
right?
but fights.
Nothing but fights. And the
Literally.
reason why there was nothing but fights was because so many people
Yep.
loved watching them. They got so many views.
Yep. Tapping into them.
Now, who really talks about World Star like that?
You don't really hear about it.
Remember, people used to pull out their phones. World Star.
Yep.
That would be they would shout that out whenever they pull out their phones.
And you know
Nobody does that
somebody's
anymore.
viral. Yep. But it's even like, for me, it's like when I think of World Star, I promise you, all I think about is drama. I associate it with the fights and stuff. It's just like, man, I don't even want to feed into that, so I don't even click on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know. It's just you got to find what feeds you. I mean, and a lot of stuff. I mean, I agree. A lot of stuff are just slow vibrational stuff that won't add to you.
That's a
But
fact.
there are a bunch of value points that us people of color have. So don't take away our mics.
Yeah, please don't, because there are plenty of us out there who have, you know, a voice, and we have to voice our opinions, and we have to voice certain things. I mean, not all of us out here talking reckless.
Yeah.
So just keep it, keep that in mind. You got to take all mics away. Some people's mics, I will agree. You got to take them away.
Yeah, some people.
Please take them away.
Some people might need to be taken away.
But to say something as egregious as microphones will be the death of the black community.
Come on now, over the schmack community. I mean, what happened with all the schmack, bro? Come on, bro. What?
Yeah, that was wild, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know we've talked a lot during this episode, but hey, stay tuned. We have way more to talk about. It's just that this episode, we about to chop it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it a two-parter because this is going on long enough. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man,
We'll be back after this commercial break.
well, it's not really gonna be a commercial
It ain't
break.
We should have a commercial in the middle.
We should, but then the episode will be really long.
So
So
it would be there, right?
I mean, we're gonna have commercials eventually. We're gonna make
Eventually.
our own, but
Facts.
definitely, man. Greatly appreciate each and every single one of you guys for tapping in with us. We will be back with another episode soon, really soon. Might be in a few days, might be in a week, as you know, whoever's watching this. When you guys are tuning into this, just look forward to the next episode. It's coming. But we're gonna continue this conversation in the very next one. So, we'll see you guys next time. Got anything else for the people?
Nah, just just drive safe, man. Please drive safe. That's all. I don't know why I said that, but just drive safe.
Well, some people do listen to podcasts while they're driving. I'm one of them.
Ooh, you're right. So yeah, please drive safe. 2 hands on the wheels, 10 and 2.
I won't say all of that.
That text can wait. She can wait.
The text can definitely wait.
She ain't that important. All right, come on, fellas. Let's be real.
It's an evil world we live in.
Just saying.
But hey, I'm gonna keep living.
He has a point. She can wait.
That DM, it'll be there.
Yeah. Just make sure that you're paying attention to the road.
Facts. Be careful.
And drive for other people. Don't just drive for yourself.
Amen.
Drive. Make sure you're watching out for the crazies on the road, all right?
Facts.
Just be careful out there, guys, okay?
For real.
Please. And you know we cannot leave without saying,
where you are today
is a residual outcome
of the thoughts you had in the past.
Just like that. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you soon. Peace.